and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Kasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out.
Can I move my phone?
Let him know with this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say.
Terence Crawford's celebration in Omaha quickly turned into chaos. Just hours after the city honored him for his victory over Canelo Alvarez, he was stopped by police in the early morning. Authorities said he was driving at an excessive speed when officers pulled him over. The stop escalated when police reported seeing a firearm and ordered everyone out of the car at gunpoint.
Stepping out, seatbelt.
Step out.
I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out.
Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tim Bradley reflected on the events, offering a sharp and thought-provoking perspective. According to Bradley, the actions taken that night were less about a routine offense and more about sending a strong message to the champion. He suggested that Crawford's fame had grown so high that certain authorities felt the need to remind him that even the most successful figures are not exempt from the rules. He compared it to the unfortunate pattern often seen when joyful occasions turn suddenly into moments of unease.
I mean, Terence Crawford, he on the highest cloud, bro. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah. And before y'all start talking about my ceiling real quick, my roof, hey, it been raining and stuff. Hey, it's raining now. The clouds is out right now. You can see him in the background. I'm going to go watch the damn car in a little bit once this rain stops. But anyways, back to the video. Oh, man, look. You ain't got no city until you got the police. That's a fact. Yeah. Shoot. You ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You got to have the law enforcement on your side, man. They got to be looking out for you. For the good. Not for the bad, for the good. Yeah. Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He got to be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad to see you.
Crawford's security chief gave a chilling account of what unfolded. He explained that from their perspective, the officers appeared on edge, escalating the situation in a way that created genuine fear. Being ordered out of a vehicle at gunpoint on what was supposed to be a victorious weekend left those with Crawford feeling that their lives were suddenly in danger. He recalled how quickly the atmosphere shifted from calm to threatening, describing it as one of the most unsettling experiences of his professional career.
Chief, who was in the passenger seat, the same man who rode on the float with Bud during Saturday's parade.
To be a man who can receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Kasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Being the head of Terence Crawford's security, Shabazz has seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his team were leaving an after party following his parade. According to police, they pulled their vehicle over near 12th and Cass Streets for reckless driving. That's where things took a dark turn.
And as soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally had my hands on top of the ceiling and inside of the vehicle.
According to police, an officer had identified a firearm on the floor of the vehicle.
According to reports, officers initially stopped Crawford's vehicle on suspicion of reckless driving. During the stop, they claimed to see 2 firearms on the car's floorboard, which heightened the tension. However, further checks confirmed that the firearms were legally registered. With no further offense found, the police issued Crawford only a citation for reckless driving and released him. While officially resolved, many observers viewed the incident as symbolic, with critics suggesting that on the very day Crawford was celebrated, city authorities wanted to assert their control.
With a parade. KETV Newswatch 7's Pete Cudahy spoke with Mayor John Ewing, who requested that the Omaha Police Department conduct an internal investigation. And Pete, what did the mayor have to say?
Yeah, Julie, Mayor Ewing says that after such a great day yesterday, he was heartbroken hearing about the news of the traffic stop. That's why he reached out to Police Chief Todd Schmaderer and Terence Crawford himself to find out what exactly happened at that traffic stop. Omaha police released a statement saying that a car driven by Terence Crawford was stopped for driving recklessly around 1:30 in the morning on Cass Street. An officer confirmed that while Crawford was reaching to grab his information, the cop spotted a gun by Crawford's feet.
Andre Ward, a respected figure in boxing, added another dimension by reflecting on how Crawford has long faced attempts to diminish his accomplishments. Ward pointed out that critics often downplayed his victories, a narrative he believes was a deliberate attempt to undermine his achievements. For Ward, the Omaha traffic stop fits into a larger picture of a champion constantly having to defend his reputation against forces trying to lessen his greatness.
They tried to bury Terence Crawford. They tried to ruin his reputation and say that he wasn't a draw when the numbers were there for you to see. When he went to MSG against guys that didn't have big names or that were faded, like Amir Khan, or when he fought Kavyaskis, he did numbers. It was a smear campaign about his personality. He doesn't talk. Nobody wants to hear him. No, that you don't want to hear him. So you try to speak for the masses when the whole time you have a star right here. You got to learn how to talk to this man. Even as recent as his last fight, the fight before Canelo, the smear campaign continued. I don't hear the smear campaign now. Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon, I knew this kid was going to be that, or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from and they don't have a lot to say. So I'm happy for this brother for that reason, because they tried to bury him, Roy. It didn't work. He overcame that. He said, give me my shot. I'm going to show you. And he kept doing it time and time again. And he did it again against Canelo Alvarez Saturday night.
Commentators have speculated that deeper dynamics may have influenced the situation. Some suggested that the leadership in Omaha may have felt uneasy about the level of influence Crawford now commanded. Analysts hinted that the incident may have been a way to remind him and the public that established institutions still held control.
Police officer wanted to send a statement because he doesn't like the rise of the Black Messiah. He don't like to see a black person in position of power. So he pulled Terence Crawford over for quote-unquote reckless driving. And as he approached the car, he decided to lie on his report, because as he approached the car, he stated that he saw a firearm on the floor panel. Come to find out, Terence Crawford informed him as he approached the driver's side door where Terence Crawford was driving, and in the passenger side was Terence Crawford's head security guard. In the back was Coach Malachi, and a young lady was on the side of Coach Malachi in the back seat. And Terence Crawford has legal firearms, and of course his security has legal firearms. They informed the officer that they have legal firearms in the vehicle. He then brandished his firearm, pointed at Terence Crawford's face, and then got very aggressive as Terence Crawford got, and his security and everybody in the vehicle, Coach Malachi, got nervous because he started to show the actions and body language of somebody that wanted to do something completely left. And now in the police report that has been obtained by the community and released and leaked, he never puts about the reckless driving. He never puts speeding.
Amir Khan, the former world champion, offered words of support, emphasizing that no matter what controversies arise, Crawford's accomplishments remain undeniable. Khan praised his skill and determination, recalling that he had always believed Terence would prove himself as one of the best. To Khan, the recent events could not tarnish the truth that Crawford is a reigning champion whose legacy is already secure.
I knew that Crawford was going to win. You see, when I watched Crawford train back in Omaha, Nebraska, and when I was in Colorado Springs, he came into my camp. He helped me out a little bit, but at the same time, I seen him sparring some heavyweight guys. I seen him wrestling some heavy, big guys, and I thought, wow. So I asked him, I go, look, do you have like a wrestling background? He goes, yeah, we're like state champion. So that showed to me that this guy is a solid, strong person. Like, no one can push him around. No one can dictate. No one's going to put pressure on him where he's going to feel hurt, because he knows how to control the ring. When it comes to box IQ, like, his IQ in boxing is probably the best. I mean, he knows what punch to throw. He knows how to maneuver these heavier, big hitters and also take away their power and put his own shots in. So, yeah, he's up there, one of the best ever, really.
You know, as an ex-fighter champion, I'm just curious. We heard yesterday Dana White says he's not going to acknowledge the WBC, IBF, WBO. He's going to have his own belt and the ring belt. And they want to potentially make changes to the Ali Act as well. This is a big thing here in America. How do you feel about, is it time to make these changes and evolve, or are you more old school and think they shouldn't happen?
Ariel, I think it's the time boxing needed to change a little bit, right?
The contrast between official reports and the accounts of those present created a sharp divide. While the Omaha Police Department described it as a routine stop, Crawford's head of security painted a very different picture, describing the situation as terrifying and unnecessarily threatening. The conflicting narratives raised questions about transparency and accountability.
The police report, but now we got information from Terence Crawford, his own team, and they're saying something completely different. If you listen, his head of security, Shabazz, said he was shaken up. He was like, I thought we were going to get popped by the cops that night. And crazy enough, he teaches classes on how to de-escalate and deal with police officers. So, you know, at least that's what they're saying his credentials are. So he knows how to de-escalate situations and still had a problem with Omaha PD. And the other thing that is different, he's saying that they didn't even know that he had a gun on him or there was no gun on the floorboard, which changes things. So I can't wait till we get down to the nitty-gritty and the body cams and this and that, because now this shakes things up. This is no longer the story we were being fed from TMZ. This is something different. The TMZ article said the cops pulled him over for reckless driving, fair if he was doing it, and seen a gun. And in my video, I said, if those things are true, then yeah, the cop can take you out the car for everybody's safety, including their own.
City leadership quickly recognized the seriousness of the public reaction. Both the mayor of Omaha and the city's police chief issued statements promising a thorough review of the incident, emphasizing that an internal affairs investigation would be conducted. While their statements sought to reassure citizens, skepticism remained.
Police department put out this statement. The mayor put out a statement as well. Really no meat to it, except like he's going to do an internal investigation. Everything else felt a little political. Okay, Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd Schmaderer, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding the traffic stop involving Terence Bud Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near North 12th and Capitol Avenue a traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. So he's pulled over because they said he's driving recklessly. All right. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. That is important. For safety, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Okay, so that's 2 guns in the car, legally. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. The police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So he requested a supervisor and lieutenant to show up.
It's also incumbent for me to say that it will not be lost on a lot of people that Terence Crawford, being obviously a black man, being pulled over by cops in such fashion and treated in such a seemingly harsh way, will not go down well with a lot of people, especially in the black community, where, let's be honest, there has been tensions over the years between the police and the black community throughout many American towns and cities. So let's be honest, this incident will do nothing to improve relations between those 2 groups, that's for sure. Because make no mistake, this is an incident that could have gone very left, very, very left. And someone could have got hurt, maybe even fatally hurt. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because we've seen in the past where incidents of this nature have ended up very badly. So yeah, there's a lot of people who are very upset by this incident. As I said, I've not heard anything from Terence Crawford or anyone related to Terence Crawford, anyone to do with his inner circle. I would imagine he'll be releasing a statement soon. There are some people online who are suggesting that Terence Crawford may have grounds to sue. There are others saying that he might not want to sue because Terence Crawford is a much loved member of the Omaha, Nebraska community, and he does a lot of work for the city, so he may not want to sue the city. However, it'll be interesting to see how this one gets resolved.
Observers and analysts drew broader lessons, seeing it as an example of the tensions that often arise when one individual gains prominence. They argued that those already holding authority can sometimes feel challenged by the rise of others. A section of public commentary also highlighted concerns about prejudice, suggesting the stop may have been influenced by deeper social issues. Crawford's experience sparked a dialogue not only about his personal treatment, but also about how communities perceive justice and fairness in everyday encounters with authority.